Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome to another exciting episode of Sota in a Pod. My name is Kezia and of course I'm going to be your host today. Today promises to be so much fun as we have a lot of things packed up for your enjoyment. And very soon you're going to be meeting my guests. But before we proceed, I'd like to, you know, say that this episode is sponsored by House of Sota. And need I say that they hooked me up with this really nice outfit as well. You can look them up on Instagram. They are at House of Sota. Sota is spelled Sota. Yeah, now, so back to my guest. She's already smiling. Sitting next to me is a beautiful woman and a professional, a sales professional. She has about 8 years experience in the sales fair, and she's also on the board of one of the fast-paced African startups. And she also mentors young girls. You know, she's doing the Lord's work pretty much. Yeah. Evangelist. Don't worry, she's not an evangelist, but okay, yeah, join me as I welcome Temi Lade. Yay! Thank you so much, Temi. And today is also a birthday. Happy birthday, Temi. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And sitting next to Temi, very interesting being. You already knows. Okay, don't worry. We'll talk about that off air. So Biloba he said I should say that he is a data analyst and also a general manager at Joan Consult. So if you need any financial advice, right, we can always come to you, right? Okay, and also a fine boy. I mean, it's not easy to be a fine boy these days. It's a full-time job, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. Join me as I welcome Toby Loba, aka Loba. Hey. Thank you. Thanks for coming on such a short notice, man. Thank you. You're the best. You're the best.
Anything for Kezia.
I have that effect on people, right? You guys, today's topic is very, very interesting and diverse. And why I actually invited Temi. Temi is married, guys. Okay, let me just put it. Disclaimer, I know that a lot of people are going, oh my gosh, she looks good. Because even in the studio, she's turning heads. But then I'm putting it out there, she is married with two beautiful kids. And she's been happily married for, I think, 7 years. Can you tell? 7 years in this Nigeria.
You really can't.
Honestly, in this Nigeria, it's not easy to be married for 6 months. The way Nigeria is going right now, 6 months, we'll be thanking God. But yeah, she's been doing it for 7 years. She's happily married, which is one of the reasons why I brought her on this show, because I want her to share experience, you know. And I wanted a male perspective as well, which is nobody's not married.
You're right, you moon.
Exactly. It feels very much. No, but are you single? Like, I'm going to ask you, are you single?
No. I'm in a relationship.
I think where you will lie. I think where you will lie. Okay, so he's in a relationship and he has a bit of experience as well. And I also wanted to get a male perspective, which is why, you know, I said, okay. And he gives really good relationship advice. So that's why I said, okay, let's have him come on the show. So let's just dive into it. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about marriage, you know, domestic violence and divorce. You know, it's been something that's been trending lately. We've had like people die for love, literally. Like, you know, I think was it this that said don't die for love. I suppose to don't die for nyash, but okay, don't die for love, honestly. But and marriage is a very, very, very it's a very delicate topic these days because we Gen Z, we are turning it something else. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't care what you all say. I'm a Gen Z, but I'm going to throw a quick question to you guys. But I mean, like, I feel like, because I have a lot of married friends, by the way. I feel like if you take away the society pressure, you know, like, oh, at a certain age you're supposed to marry, at a certain you're supposed to have children. But if you take away all of those factors, I feel like a lot of people will tell you, I don't really do them, but you know, like say, because I have a lot of friends that they're like of marriageable age and they're like, okay, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing at this age. That's society. That's what society, like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what society thinks I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to ask you, Temi, like, if there was no societal pressure or like you could literally live your life, like nobody was going to say anything, would you really be married? Unfiltered, guys.
Yeah. Remember, Hobby is watching.
Right. Shout out to Hobby, by the way.
Okay, well, I would say I will be, right? Because marriage it's like it's not exactly, or let me say, when you don't experience it, you might not necessarily know what it entails and what that term marriage actually means. You see our parents married, and then you just see. I know for some people they'll tell you, I just know my parents are married, right? But they really don't know actually what goes on in that
In the
marriage,
marriage.
right? So for me, I would say yes, right?
You still pick it.
Because yes, I would, because of course I want like a family. I want to have like my kids. I want to be able to um look out for somebody who I
Right.
feel like is very very personal to
To
me,
you.
like my blood, like some biological, some biological, right? It takes a lot of sacrifices. I know when you have like friendships or even relationships, you actually make sacrifices and all of those things. But I think like it hits differently.
So you
When
said
have-
you wanted someone, you wanted to be able to care for someone biologically.
yes,
That's like your children, right?
yes.
But these days, people are saying I can have kids and I don't have to be married. So I'm saying that would you be married?
Regardless of anything, yes,
You'll be
I will
married?
be, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will be.
What about me? What do you think?
What do you think?
Hey, okay.
Hmm.
Like if there was no pressure, you should say what your mommy would say or anything.
Honestly, right now I'm feeling a lot of pressure from my mother. Mother, if you are watching this, I'm not getting married in 2 years. Leave me alone.
Shout out to Momsy, by the way.
So yeah, I mean, personally,
Yeah.
if not for society, if not that they would say you should be married or what would people say, what would they? For a long time, I was of the opinion that I wouldn't even get married. That
Right,
was my
sure.
my mantra. That was what I used to live by. That marriage is not. But as I'm growing up, and you can't just deny that society factor. That's what I would say. But if society wasn't a factor, if it wasn't a big deal, I probably wouldn't get married. But the fact that it is, then okay, we have to do it now. So let's please our mothers, let's please our fathers,
Wow.
let's please our
Wow.
lovers.
So for you, Loba, you're saying that you're getting married because you want to please mom. See, like you said, you want to be. It's not like. And do you think you can pull it off? Because it takes, like you said, it takes a lot to be married, to stay married.
Yeah.
So do you think?
Now, don't get me wrong. Me saying I don't want to get married doesn't mean I don't want to have somebody that I'll call like my life partner. I don't necessarily. I feel like when you make it official, you make it a marriage, and you make it, let's go to court, let's put rings on our fingers, let's do this. I feel like that is when there's a lot of pressure to make it
No, but
work.
is your girlfriend is she watching this?
Yes, she's.
Are you-
We're going to have a conversation.
Okay. He said Nikpe, he doesn't want rings, he doesn't want the ceremony.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that adds to the pressure.
Right.
Okay.
Like that makes it. If left to me, without the society thing, I would just like to have a partner, and I'll decide you and I are partners. We're going to be here for life. We're going to have kids. We're going to live in the same
Sorry
house.
to cut you. Are you saying you can be in an open relationship? Because it's pretty sounding
I'm
like.
not saying it's an open relationship because I have a partner doesn't mean I should go out.
Because
and
marriage
do
makes you
other
accountable
things.
to somebody, but now you're trying to say
I was going to say
So
that.
You're running from
putting a ring on my
accountability.
finger makes me
Somewhat.
accountable.
No,
Somewhat.
like you have to
Somewhat.
Yeah, but like there are people that have rings on their fingers that still go out.
Okay, so no, we're not talking about like the ring, but then you marry as an institution.
Yeah, there are people that are in marriages that still cheat.
I no, that's a conversation for another day. That's people that don't respect the institution.
Yeah.
But we're saying that
vows.
the vows, yeah. But these days we just have people that
So what are you saying?
I'm not really married people. I'm just slightly
I'm
married.
just saying, I'm on the fence.
I'm on the fence. I'm just
Like,
small.
so
So
small.
what are you saying now? Are you saying that the fact that we get married makes me accountable to the person?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
yes.
like some
Yes.
sort of commitment, and you know, as a woman, let me get it from my own angle. If I were your girlfriend right now, I'll be thinking otherwise, because what you're trying to tell me, see, if we're in like a Western world, right, and then we have this conversation, then I think it's probably okay, maybe acceptable based on their norm and their culture over there, right? But I'm saying back here in Nigeria, you're asking me as a lady to be like a living partner with you. We are cool, we have kids, we have everything, and then but you don't want that married tag thing, and I'm wondering why.
You see what you guys want to do now? You
What
want to get in
females?
trouble with my girlfriend.
No, I'm
That's-
sorry.
No,
that's what you said.
That's actually
I-
what you
I
said.
know, that's what I
Let me
said.
say that's what I
But
understood.
I'm not saying I'm not going to get married. Now you said if it was left to me,
Yeah.
and if I didn't have to,
Please, mom.
and if I didn't have to abide by the social construct,
Right.
that's how I would do it. But obviously, you have to abide by the social construct. You have to. This is life. Life is married, getting married, living with somebody, having a family with
Right.
someone, and all of
Yeah,
that.
I
So
disagree.
that's
She
how. That's what is going to be. I'm not saying I'm not going to get married. I will get married.
she's an alumni. She disagrees.
I will
Alumni.
get married. But I'm just saying, if there wasn't the construct of the society
Right.
and you having to, this is how it must be, this is
Right.
how it has to be, I'm sure a lot of us will not
I
get
feel like a
married.
lot of men, yeah, they usually. I have a friend that always tells me that no man is ever ready to be married.
Yeah, really.
I'm gonna.
Actually, that's actually another
Do you
angle.
feel like that with your husband?
No, I don't.
He was ready, like
Yeah,
he
it
knew.
was. As in, he knew. It was actually even the one. I was even the one that wasn't ready.
City
At that
girl,
point in time, I just wanted to see her.
I'll
And
still
city
be out
girl,
on these
city
streets.
girl.
then I knew what we shared. I knew what we had, and then I'm like, okay, I've invested so much, and you get.
I was
If
gonna
this
say that.
doesn't happen right,
Wow.
and then I don't know.
Tell me what you said now, yeah. I feel like that's the reason why that's the reason a lot of women are in bad relationships. You just said I've invested so much. So you've been seeing this guy, let's say for like 6 years, but you know you're inside your mind, like in your heart of heart, like this thing is not going anywhere and I should really just leave now. But you're thinking, at first I'll tell me, where do I start from? I don't want somebody telling me what's your favorite color. I don't have time for what's your favorite color. I am 32. I am 20 something. I am 35. Do you understand? So and I feel like women always feel that way. And that's why they are in a lot of like there are a lot of women in bad relationships, bad marriages, but they're still just there because I've invested so much. Like now, so I'm going to share an instance where I saw it on Instagram. This woman shared a story, and she said she's been married, blah blah blah, and she and her husband had a misunderstanding, and the man wanted to. Well, I mean, he didn't hit her, but he was going to hit her, and she panicked, and then she called the police, and she got her husband arrested. And then she's like, "Oh my God, I don't want my kids to hate me. Do you think what I did was bad? My husband's family are like, I mean, he hasn't hit you yet, so why did you?" So I'm of the opinion, I'm of the opinion that I don't think she should have waited till.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
long
it's
as
like
your life is
okay.
threatened.
But the people are saying, "Oh, but it didn't die yet now. Why she's trying to be a new generation woman?" And I'm like, no. A lot of women are standing up for. I'm gonna share a personal story, right? My mom was in a very bad marriage for the longest of time, like for 20 something years. And I remember at some point I was like, "Mom, get out, like leave this marriage." And she said something. I mean, what will people say? I mean, I've been with this man for 27 years. I can as well just keep taking it and keep tolerating. And this man like literally beat her up and stuff. And I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, your children, the ripple effects, even it falls on your children.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't even know how I feel about marriage. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm very scared. Sometimes I'm like, let me just be
So in other words, yeah,
right.
you're saying if society wasn't a factor and a big deal, you probably would not get married.
And society is not still a big factor to me because
Yeah.
I could still some days I feel like naturally, right? Women love family. They love well, give a woman a house, she turns it into a home. When I go to see somebody like my boyfriend, I'm instantly taking charge. It's just who we are. We're trying to arrange it. We're trying to make it our own space. So I feel like biologically, that's the way we have been wired. Let's see what she said. She wasn't for somebody to cater for somebody that was our own blood and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how we are. But I'm saying I take that away. Sometimes I still sit myself and tell myself, he said, "You really want to do this?" Like, I like because it's a lot of work. Sometimes I'm like, you have to, apart from people, it's just a lot of work. You have to study this person. You're living with the person. The person is different from you, and it's a littlest things. Like maybe the person doesn't even like AC. You like AC.
Yeah.
I heard of a couple that was like toothpaste. The man likes his toothpaste a certain like he likes to apply his toothpaste a certain way. And they couldn't live with each other because of that. So I'm like, oh my god, is that what I have to deal with?
That's actually pretty true because like even me, I have like little pet peeves
Right.
that like I always wonder like if I get married to somebody, how would they relate to this or how would I be able to cope? Like I have little OCD things like I want something a certain way. Like if somebody doesn't put it that way, I'll just be shaking my leg. I want to adjust it, but like I'm like, okay, let me just respect the person.
Right.
So like it's things like that really. But if you find somebody that loves you, I guess
Yeah.
you put up with all that and you put up with it too.
Exactly. So that's what marriage is all about. Basically, it's about compromising. Basically, yeah. So sometimes you compromise. Sometimes you just have to like probably stand up for yourself and say, "Oh, I have like this is what I'm trying to look for." I won't say pet peeve. I'm saying I have like alpha. Okay, there are things I can handle or I can deal with.
An alpha female.
Yeah, and there are things I actually can deal with. I can fix. Some people say once I catch my husband
Spouse
cheating,
That's
I'm out of the relationship. Some people will say once he hits me, that's the end. Some people will say once he says something. Or do you understand?
I don't want us to leave this topic. So, what for you? What's the deal breaker? Like you say to yourself that if he does this to me, I'm out. I'm out the door. Like,
Domestic violence. It has to be that.
okay, so you can
You
cheat.
cannot hit me. No.
So it's a deal breaker because if you so what makes so
Actually, no. Hold on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, okay.
I am just saying. I'm just saying. Well, if he cheats, it's a deal breaker. But
but it's forgivable.
yeah,
So you're saying that it depends on the situation surrounding the cheating.
not necessarily.
No, it's
Cheating is
just
cheating.
forgivable.
Okay, so you rather forgive, but then if he hits you,
Cheating
you're
is cheating.
okay. Cheating is
Yeah,
cheating.
it's cheating. Yeah.
What about you? What's the breaker for you?
From a man's perspective, it's pretty weird because I won't say cheating because just like I said, like if you cheat, I mean I can forgive you if I really love you.
What?
I really want.
Do men really forgive cheating though?
No.
We don't, but we can live with
Easy.
it.
Wow.
We can live with it. But do you guys forgive it either?
Wow. Yes.
Yes.
And women we
And
heal.
let it go.
Yes.
Totally.
Women
And
heal.
we don't speak about it
Do you
again.
know how many women are in relation? They'll tell you that I know that he's doing his own. Like I know that he's doing this, but he takes care of me and my children.
Yeah, but
They just usually close their eyes to the
but me,
fact.
I'm telling you personally,
Right.
like cheating is not a deal breaker for me because
Okay.
But you're lying. You're
I'm not
lying.
lying.
You're lying because men are very possessive. Let the man see you with a colleague that's female. Like
No.
sometimes the man is like, "What are you doing?" Like he just likes
No.
his woman.
Now let me now.
And you're saying that if she cheats,
If because men are naturally possessive beings, doesn't mean we can't forgive if something like that happens.
Okay.
Well, naturally, I'm not going to. If I walk in and I see my girlfriend sitting between two men, and I'll get mad, I'll get upset. But it doesn't mean if she
Sorry.
cheats.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. For example, you walk in here.
Mhm.
I'm your girlfriend, and
Mhm.
I'm in between two people,
Mhm.
like two guys.
In a compromising position.
Compromise.
You can be in between the two people and everything
not-
is
it's okay.
normal. But if you're in a compromising position,
Okay.
like maybe you're sitting down and one has his hand on your lap, but it's going down.
Okay.
I'm scattering the whole place
Okay.
because you're not going to touch my
Well, that's
woman
still
like that.
forgivable, right?
Yes, but it's still forgivable because
Okay.
I can forgive. I think where it will be a deal breaker for me is
Yeah.
where you hit me, actually.
when a woman
Because-
hits you,
Yes.
interesting.
Because let me tell you, if you hit a man, you are provoking him
Yes.
to hit you.
Sure.
Because there's only so much we can, like, even if you think the woman's hand is not painful, slap me like 4 times back to back and I don't guide or I don't try and protect and you really hit me. There's something that will rile up in any man. I'm telling you that even if you don't want to hit her, I don't condone
Violence.
domestic
Yeah.
violence or anything like that, but you might just even just give her a shove, like leave me alone, and that shove can lead to something else.
Yes.
Right.
So where you start to think that we're in a relationship and maybe you're yelling, you're screaming, and you can start throwing your hands, that we're going to have to cut that out.
Mm.
That's basically my deal breaker.
Oh, so it looks like you're on the same page, right?
So it's domestic violence.
Yes, domestic violence.
So you forgive cheating.
Yeah, I'll forgive.
You will forgive cheating.
You are not on the same page because she won't forgive.
Jazzy, tell me, I feel like you're not being one of the because the hair.
She won't
The woman in you will
forgive
show him Pepe. My fion.
Well, it doesn't mean
You will forgive, but he will get punished.
Hmm.
Let's put it that way.
So if you're, God forbid,
Yeah.
I'm in Nigeria, so we say love, God forbid, but yeah, God forbid. So if your partner was cheating, right, would you call the lady and be like, oh, hello, sorry, I'm coming to you as a woman.
Nah.
You know how they come to us as a.
No, I'm
That
not.
has actually
I'm
happened to me
never
personally.
ever going to do that. Yes. I'm
And
never
keep
ever.
that story. So you're never going to do that.
Yeah, I won't because the lady did like you don't get.
Oh,
Like I have
So-
like my vows and everything with my husband and everything. So I should like the only time I think I might probably speak to the person is maybe like family.
hmm.
Do you get me?
But I still feel like you should call your husband to meet. I don't think you should ever go to meet
Anybody else.
else.
No, I mean, I can understand the family
How?
because
How?
there are some people that your husband would even respect to a certain sense more than you.
No, so you say if he's cheating with a family member?
Yeah.
Oh,
As in, like,
Did
oh.
you get that?
Oh.
Did you
Crumble.
get that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I have like I'm not talking about strangers or maybe side chicks that just come out. So
like your
but
cousin.
yeah, we've had no, but we've had instances like that. I do a bit of counseling, right? And I know what like the kind of stories you hear and
Yeah.
everything. And then a cousin just comes in to say, can I spend the weekend or I have my work is actually around the corner.
Or a
And
sister.
then
Or a maid.
sister.
Let's
She
talk about
understand.
maid.
And then the lady comes in, or I don't know, one way or the other, just got, I don't know, involved. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that kind of thing, yes, I'll first go and drag you now. Auntie, come, Joko. What's
Okay.
chicken?
Woman to woman.
Yeah, but when it's like a total stranger, regardless of if I've called them before or anything, it's actually not my business. But when it's like someone close friend, a family, I want to speak to you. I want to understand what's going on. Like, let me know. I like communication. I like dialogue. I want to know what's going on. I want to know how you guys got here. I don't want every bit.
And they've not told you that I'm
More
actually.
power to the women.
They've not told you that we'll share him together. Don't worry. Kiniko. You know, I had like if I had
See how she said that on my boy,
as in on my bond, you know. I had a friend tell me, it was actually this morning. I was discussing the topic with a friend, and I said, "Oh, you seem like the type of person that can sleep with."
friend.
Yeah, you seem like a person that can sleep with your maid, like he's a guy. And he was like, my wife will not bring a hot maid. And I'm like, okay, so your wife should not hire a hot meal. And I'm like, what if she knows her job? Like your wife likes her, like she takes care of the kids, takes care of the house, and you're saying, why is she hot? It's my wife's fault. The guy, answer it, like, because
okay, see, this topic is very, very tricky.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And it's tricky because men have instincts. Wait, no, wait.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
As
We
they
have instincts. Now, let me tell you something. If I would rather not put myself in a situation.
be careful what you say. Tell me is ready to.
Yes, I know. Right? I myself, I'm already very good. I would rather not put myself in a situation to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you were going to hire a maid that I feel like looks a certain type of way or has a tendency, and let me tell you something, all these maids, even them too, they know what they do. Sometimes you bring maid to the house and she's already doing some type of height or guy. I can tell you as my wife that, did you see what that girl is doing? Don't hire her. So if you now say, can't you hold yourself? Or
Okay.
I'm going to put her in the house regardless. Like, I literally just told you that this girl was doing this. So what if one day, just one day, she puts something in my food? Because you guys don't want to think about it from that angle. You just think
something in your food.
It's just the man that will just come and just say, what if one day she puts something in my food? Because I already.
And then what happens? You get hard.
I'm uncontrollably aroused.
Uncontrollably
aroused.
Wow.
Oh, that's a new
Wow. Don't leave me.
Yeah, and I'm uncontrollably aroused.
Nobody's dropping gems. But give you blow.
Like I'm uncontrolled myself. Like anything I see now, is
What?
going down.
It's going down.
And she knows what she's doing, and then she will now be the one to come. So what in that situation now, what will happen? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I will do this because I have sexual control, but there are men out there.
Do you know?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Very much so. But there are men out there that don't necessarily have that much sexual.
So you're going to blame the woman now? That why did she still?
No, in that situation. When a woman told you, she won't be like, look how this girl is looking at me. I don't like it. Or even if the man feels like he doesn't have enough sexual control, like he knows himself that hey, and he tells you from get, I don't like this girl. But he doesn't know how to tell you why he doesn't like the girl. But your own pepper body still say you want to hire the girl.
I want to hear like
something. Yeah. No, so let me start with he doesn't like the girl. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But then if you have like a wife, I believe that you should be able to tell your wife everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything without mincing word. So if for example,
so if your husband now should tell you that Okay, you bring a maid and he tells you that this maid is she's fine. You will not get angry and say you are looking at me.
No,
That is fine.
that's not communication.
Yes, that's the
That's not
communication
communication.
actually.
That's not
Wisdom.
that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is,
Okay.
okay, I bring in someone and you feel like this is a temptation, right? Because of course, men or most men, they are actually attracted to what they see.
So you
It's
agree
not
that
way
is
to
how
way.
we're wired.
Love our way.
No.
It's more from the visuals, right?
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like, oh, I trust my husband. I feel like he has self control and he's a superman. He's going to know how to go about it. Excuse me now. I'm a what babe too. Blah blah blah. Do you understand? And then my husband comes to me and say, I think this lady you're bringing into our house might cause issues. Maybe because I feel like she's looking some kind of way, or maybe I might be attracted to her in a sexual way or something, and I feel like this lady shouldn't stay. As a very reasonable person, right? I would even say thank you.
I
don't
don't
even
agree.
understand what I
I
mean.
don't agree that women
I'm
will
saying
not make
that
a force
no,
out of their husband telling them that. I do not
no.
agree.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
So you feel like they will accept, but they won't accept immediately.
I feel like they will accept, but it
Yeah.
will turn into a thing.
No, it
And
can't.
then
It shouldn't.
the next one they bring, they'll be like, I hope this one is not entering your eye.
Well.
No, tell me.
It will now become like a thing, a point of reference every time it's
Okay.
married. And then let me now tell you what will happen. You will now be always on the edge and on your feet every time you want to hire a maid, because you will feel like even if he
Yes,
doesn't
because I
tell
don't want to
you,
bring somebody in that will inconvenience
Because-
my husband.
because see, let me
Or
tell you,
that
that's
will make
as
you
your
feel
husband, if you bring
uncomfortable in your own home.
if you bring 4 maids
Yeah.
and your husband says no to all the 4, will you ever bring any maid again to him?
We can't get your older nanny now. It's not only young mates that are available.
Okay, so why can't he be attracted to the older than?
And then it's the problem.
Then
It's the problem.
So that's what I'm saying. There are some men that know
it's
that
just
they
like
are the
me
problem.
telling you. It's just like me telling you now that okay, in my office or every time I change work or I go to like a new place or something, I'm attracted to this guy. It's because I can't control myself, or I can't tell them to get the colleague away
An
or
office
something.
is different from a home. A home, you would always see the person in a compromising position. Sometimes you will call your maid early in the morning, she's still in her nightwear, no bra on, nothing on, just the gown that she's in.
Mm.
That's a different
There are set
situation.
rules now. There are rules. If you are going to be in my house as my maid or anything, there are rules. Your nightie shouldn't step out of your room. There are rules.
Okay.
But the rules will be kept to it.
I understand what you mean, right? Yes, you can't, right? But rules are rules. So when there are like spills or something once in a while is understandable. When it now becomes consistent and anything, then I already understand that there's something going on, or there's something the maid or the map or that person is looking for. I don't even understand what I mean.
Right.
So I just feel like all of these things is communication. I always say that when you're like in a marriage or even in a relationship or anything, when there are issues, it's communication. You just have to come bare. You just have to come open. Sometimes the issue is that we want to just maybe scratch the surface, and then the deeper issues are actually pushed further down, right? And then we just want to scratch the surface and say, okay, maybe I don't want wahala. Sometimes you
Tell
have
me.
to have this.
So I'm going to sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you. You said something. You said something, and you were really hammering on something. Oh, communication. Or be open, very open to your partner.
Yes.
Do you really think you should be very open, like naked? No, I mean metaphorically speaking.
And that's what I'm saying.
Do you think you can? I mean, really, like you should be really open to your partner.
Openness
Yeah.
in that regard can cause so many other issues. In that regard, now that I'm saying, because if you say that if you tell your wife that, your wife will use it against you some way somehow. Every time she brings in a maid, it will be at the back of her mind, like this man might be doing something with this girl, and that can cause other issues.
So it depends on your partner, right? We are different people. We cut across different. We are from different backgrounds, different people. So what I'm going to probably accept as, oh, thank you. I'm grateful for opening up to me, and I'll probably walk around this or adjust or do something. Someone might just get it and play up, and so you know your partner. And as they say, wisdom is profitable to direct, right? So in all of those things, you use wisdom. There are some issues that
So now, let me now give you another.
Ah, tell me is oh
So
God.
now, so for the people that know their partner,
Right.
what if a man knows his partner so well that if
Yeah.
he should ever say something like that,
That's what I'm
he's going
getting
to
at.
be a mad woman in the house.
Okay.
So now, there's now a maid that comes in that is attractive and he can't talk.
Then you should close your eyes. There's nothing like attractive.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
you see?
Shut your eyes.
Okay, all right. So
Shut
now
your
you'll be
eyes.
walking around the house like,
See.
my wife, I mean.
No,
you can't say
I'm
anything.
actually just kidding. Even
But
if
I
she
feel
doesn't
like-
flare up or anything, I still feel like you should still find a way. She's your partner. Even if she's going to flare up or anything, there are other issues that I'm sure that you know a way. You have like a way
To
or
talk
maybe
about
just
it.
to just let her know that okay, this or this or that. I don't know if you get what I mean.
So if I was a guy, I don't think I would tell her that she's I don't like this girl because she appeals
Yeah.
to me. I can just say, oh, like wishing man for ball. I can find something to say. I don't like how she does
it's as
this.
easy as
Like-
I had a dream.
That-
Yeah. Ooh, why is don't talk about our code? I had a dream. Ah, tell me, give me five. I had a dream.
It's as easy as I had a dream.
Ah, flesh and blood did not reveal this to
As
you.
in, what is that? That's why you're in marriage.
Okay.
It's wisdom, and then it's wisdom. You just have to find ways. Else, you just have to be creative in your ways
Wow.
and everything. You just have to.
But there are still some women that will tell you, okay, so now you're dreaming about the maid.
Well, there's a way you're going to put it down.
That dream, you can. God forgive me. Can do that. She said, "Wait, she wanted to."
Yeah,
You
no,
have to
just
use your
something
head.
like that. Just to. It's wisdom.
Wisdom, oh.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
You
Wisdom.
say so.
Love and
Marriage
wisdom.
is wisdom.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's
I mean,
number one.
I'm going to ask a question. Are you pro divorce? Obi is watching, but say your mind.
Yeah. Yes. I'll say yes.
Okay, why?
So let's take for instance, you have like what's it called? Like there's domestic violence, like money, every time, bam, bam. I have somebody and I speak to you, she's still carrying what's it called? The bandage or whatever, POP. What's that thing called?
I think it's
Yeah,
PUP.
we have
The
like
cast,
cast,
yeah.
thank you.
Don't worry. It's
The
fine.
cast, do you
Yeah.
get me? Around her wrist. Guess what? For the past 3 months, this man already told her that he's going to get her handicapped. And then every time there's like an argument and he will ensure that he actually twists that arm again. Do you understand? And then for that kind
That's
of person,
crazy.
and I'm saying that, oh no, God says that, or because of your
Oh my
children,
God.
please stay back. And I
Oh
don't know
my
if you
God.
get what I
Yes,
mean.
I do.
And you're actually working. It's even almost like you're actually like the breadwinner of the house.
Oh, wow.
Do you get me? And then and then I'm going to say that divorce is not good, blah blah blah. No, I'm actually pro. Nothing can take my life. So there's this story that just went around recently.
Yeah.
Imagine everything,
That's
and
true.
then at the end of the day, she's dead. What happens to those kids?
Okay, yeah.
Do you understand? You have to
I
live
honestly don't know
you
why.
have to live to live. Oh, do you get me? So
I
I'm actually pro. I don't
You
even
don't care.
care what anybody thinks now. If it's going to take my life, if it's going to be harmful to me, if it's going to even take my peace.
Peace is very paramount, very
Do you get
important.
me?
Yes.
It's just a walk away.
Mm.
People will say what they have to say. Guess what?
They'll be fine.
After that lady died, what happened?
Everybody has
They
moved
still have
on.
something to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but-
You'll always have something to say.
I honestly don't know why people stay. Some people say, oh, you've not been there, so don't. And I'm not even judging because it's a lot of things. A lot of women have put in a lot of effort, investments, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I can't leave all of this to leave. But I will never understand how, like you said, he has twisted her hand once and he's still saying, oh, each time I have an argument, I will still go back and, do the
Exactly.
same thing to you. So
and
I don't.
then she keeps going. It's a very crazy one. It's actually very, very crazy.
I feel like a lot of people just need
And
therapy.
my pepper body, I've gone to do pepper body. Guess what? Let me carry my leg and my hands go back because we've settled it.
Yes. They don't even use you to do bedroom talk. Like,
Yes, now.
I think you should give that Temi space. She doesn't.
want- and she's
That's what
not-
yes, she's not husband. She wants to destroy your marriage. Also, now I'm saying, I don't think we can be friends. My husband said, hey, because even the story we're talking about has been circulating.
Yeah.
Even some of my friends are like, oh, we told her a couple times that she needs to, she should leave. And she was like, oh, I've been in this thing with this guy for a very long time. I literally gave him my life. I mean, like, it's such a sad one. Like, but what do you do? Like, you said, are you pro-divorce?
That is a very weird question because I'm pro-divorce and I'm not pro-divorce.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm pro-divorce because personally,
Right.
right, my mom has been in 2 marriages,
Okay.
and both marriages she wasn't being treated the way she
You're supposed to.
should be. I mean, not even in the aspect of domestic violence
Or nothing like
anything
that.
like that.
Yeah,
Just
that's not
plain
domestic.
infidelity
Yeah.
and a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, that's my mom. I want her to be happy,
Right.
and I would want her to leave any situation that's putting her in that type
That
of
kind of
situation.
Sure.
But then at the same time, I'm not pro divorce because, like, you guys chose each other. Now, and why I'm saying that you guys chose each other is I am not the type of person that will lay hands on someone. And I am not the type of, so that is not in my own string of thoughts when I'm saying you guys chose each other. Because
Oh my God.
I'm never going to hit you, and I believe who I'm with will never hit me. because
Sorry, love, I'm
not
going to
like
curse
that.
you, and I'm going to curse you because of one reason. So, as a married as a couple, right? I'm not married yet, but I have married friends that tell me that your partner is always going to change. Now it's left for you or left to you to determine, say, can I undo this level of change or this person that this person has become? I was going now. A lot of men will tell you, I wasn't like this. Your mother did this to me. Like this is, I don't beat women. I don't do this. But have you been with some women before? You know, like I see my dad and my mom. I'm like, why did you guys even date? Like all my life.
First place, yeah.
You people don't used to fight so much. Like as a child, I think I never saw my parents. I think I saw them hug once, and they were married for 20 something years. It was literally always violence, like beats and stuff. So I said, ask my mom recently, like, why did you do it? Like, because I don't see love. And she was like, it wasn't always like a rebel. It wasn't always like that.
If she didn't
So-
do it, she won't be here.
I mean, I could still be here. She doesn't have to be with him.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
You won't be here, yeah.
I mean, but that's besides the point. Get out. I'm just saying that because she lost herself in that marriage, and then she left. She left the workforce because we, a kid, had to start picking pieces of her up and molding her back because she lost a sense of identity. She didn't want to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of. I don't know. It's just I don't know when people say, "Oh no, I'm not like this." You will change. Come on, I remember always said something. Oh, your daddy, you didn't used to be like it. He wasn't. It was the sweetest man for like the first 5-6 years, and blah 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 happened. And a lot of things. Finance for one, the finances went downhill, and things. It's just crazy. And then he said, my dad changed. So what do you do then? You're saying now that I don't do this.
So. Okay.
No, I will never, no matter the amount of change, I don't think I will ever resort to that because of how I was brought up. And let me give you an instance. Like, this one now is a personal story. So my mom and my dad, when they were really going through it,
Right.
and they were on the brink of getting separated, I think my mom caught him with several women, numerous women. And this very night, they were going at it in the living room. Us, me and my sister, and my older sister were upstairs. All of us were just there. We could hear everything. And my mom is somebody that when she was much younger, she had extreme anger.
Issues.
And it wouldn't be like she would break things or anything, but she would shout, she would yell, she would nag. But this day, she couldn't just take it anymore. And she was slapping this man.
Wow.
Like, she was, but my dad, there's something that I would say, which is what was instilled in me.
Right.
My dad was screaming from the top of his voice downstairs. I know you kids can hear that. I will never touch your mother.
Wow.
I will never touch your mother. That is high. I will never touch you. And that stuck with me for life.
Right.
So I don't think I will ever be in any situation like, even though I said, yeah, you hitting me will be the deal breaker because you can provoke me. I mean, if you hit me, I'll probably just leave and I'll tell you we're done. Do you understand? And that'll be it. So I don't know. I won't ever be in a situation to change like that and start hitting someone. I mean, yes, we change. But change is a part of life. Everybody evolves. I will change. My partner will change too. So if I'm able to accept her change, she should be able to accept mine. That's just basically it.
So are you pro-divorce or not? You still haven't
not
answered.
answered the question.
If divorce suits you, go for it. If it doesn't,
So you have.
stick with it.
But are you pro-divorce or not?
Yes, you have.
I would rather not get married in the first place. Like,
But you don't know these things. So like we already said, it's already established fact that you don't know these things.
Yeah, you don't know.
So anybody gets
Yeah.
married to be divorced.
Yeah.
Nobody.
True.
So are you pro-divorce?
So I'll say I'm pro divorce.
Yeah, I guess you are.
I
And
told
then
you.
it was all around the world.
Like,
Yes, I'm pro
let's
divorce.
go. Man, you guys, thank you so much for. I mean, it's been amazing. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for coming. I enjoyed it. I mean, Lobad made us know that he's not getting married for his mommy's sake.
No, I'm getting married because I love you, babe.
No, you already said that for mom's sake. Mom say I'm doing this for you, blah blah. Yes. So thank you so much for coming, Tammy. Thank you so much for coming to Global. Toby, what's your Instagram handle? So
Okay, my Instagram handle
I get them
is
for you.
at @KingLoba_Ade @KingLoba_Ade KINGLOBA_ADE.
There you have it. Okay, Instagram. Okay, there you have it. Tell me what about you? What's your IG handle?
Lade_Olu. LADE_OLU.
No sliding at the end. She's married.
Slide. You slide out.
You
No.
can slide in my
Sliding
own.
with
I'm not
money.
married yet.
She said sliding with money.
Don't slide.
Sliding with money. Oh,
She said-
of course, business. Yes.
Before you go and get to say, tell me, check what on.
I'm joking.
I was joking. No.
Oh, wow, everybody's joking now. You guys, thank you so much. I mean, I'm going to say it again. Today's episode is sponsored by House of Sota. You can do well to check them out on Instagram and also follow us on YouTube as well. This is going to be on YouTube. We are also as House of Sota. Sota is spelled SOTA. My name is Kezia. Until I come your way next time with interesting topics, you know what I'm saying? Peace out. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for having us. Bye.
In a Pod. Sota in a Pod is a podcast where we talk about all things fashion, all things lifestyle, and of course, we do that in the most relatable way. This episode is brought to you by House of Sota, which, by the way, they made this very lovely outfit I'm wearing.